Okay, are we live?
Yes, we are.
Every time.
Hey, I confirmation makes things easier for me. We are back with the Disastronauts, our ragtag crew of blue collar workers and or robots that are traversing the Pact Worlds as part of the Evgenii Jameson Corporation as essentially delivery boys. The jobs suck. The pay is low. Morale can be low sometimes, but you make do.
Nah.
And that's how you manage to survive and sometimes thrive out in the vast expanse of space. It is a job that lets you traverse the Pact Worlds and see many different places. But we'll pick up where we left off last time. You guys had just come back from completing a mission, kind of not to the best of results. You didn't get paid as much as you would have liked, which ended up kind of
Almost getting us fired.
almost getting you
Right.
fired. But luckily, Tanika came through. She said she had another job lined up, a big one with a very high payout, enough to pay off your current debts and ship maintenance fees to continue on your work assignments. You stopped by Absalom Station where you picked up a refrigerator from a interesting species.
It was the refrigerator
Space
maker. Yeah.
He definitely created the refrigerator.
He gurgled and vomited out a refrigerator like a
Uh,
creepy 3D printer.
and while Arnott and Mark were on that mission, Asterix and Caesar had a mission of their own, which
It was
was
important?
to. It was very important. You managed to make some modifications, minor modifications, some efficiency improvements to the BD 514, while also some more visual
Cosmetic.
cosmetic improvements with a racing stripe.
And you're very right on the improvement factor.
However, some compromises were made, and in order to keep the engine modifications, Asterix agreed to half of what he originally planned and decided to wipe away the cosmetic stripe. With that, you blasted off into the drift, leaving Absalom Station behind and on towards your next mission, which, as a gentle reminder, was given to you from Tanika as is an Evgenii Jameson Corporation contract for a man named Lord Sinjin. What little you know about him is he is a Drow. It is a weapon smuggling contract. You are to pick up a load of about I think the contract was for 50 tons of weapons and armor and all sorts of military apparel and equipment from Apostae and deliver it to a planet called Voxa, which is currently under the occupation of the Gridoron Authority, which is this essentially this military arm or Starfleet run by Hobgoblin militants.
Words you never thought you'd hear strung together. Hobgoblin militants.
Yes. So we pick up this session when you guys. I believe you rolled a 4 for your check on space travel in the drift. So you have 4 days in between your takeoff from Absalom Station to Apostae. Was there anything you guys wanted to do during that time? We'll pick up from there. Uh, welcome to the drift, guys.
Arnott has a bunch of paperwork to do for the, backdating, I guess, authorization forms for all the modifications that Aster implemented.
I assume Aster has to sit right next to you and sign papers.
Well, he's like, well, no, Caesar would have to.
Caesar
obviously,
technically would have to.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think that's he'd be just like walking around like, no, what else? Like, what else? Tell me. No, it's sort of like trying to finagle all the language around to make it all technically fit.
The entire time, Caesar's just nodding at you. As Aster's doing his own thing in a different room.
Mark has been disassembling his legs and then reassembling them over and over again, cataloging each piece very carefully.
Making his height 1 inch higher each time.
He's actually gaining an inch and then losing an inch each time he does it. Yes.
Which actually does remind me something I should mention. We didn't talk about it in the last stream. You guys all leveled up to 2nd level.
Woo!
So during this downtime of travel from Absalom to Apostae, let's see how your new powers or your new abilities come to life during this 4 days of downtime.
So while everyone else is disassembling themselves and doing paperwork, Aster would still be working on repairing that junk bot.
Speaking of which, go ahead and make your roll for that.
Okay, is that engineering?
I think we went with engineering. Yeah.
Okay. First roll of the night, looking at a 1.
Nice.
Solid 1 on the
That's
die.
good.
Plus 10, so it's an 11.
It is an 11. It is still skill
hilarious,
check
though.
natural 1, which is a failure. So in this case, you don't get a whole lot of progress done. It turns out during your time in Absalom Station, you spent so much time working on the ship and finding a refrigerator that you'd forgotten to pick up the electrical components that you need. As far as the structure, the mechanical structure and the construction part, you think you're getting pretty close. But you need some wires, you need some more all kinds of gizmos and gadgets to continue on with the process.
My assumption is that it backfires in a way that sparks something in his mind. And he quickly runs over to a computer and does a few things with his rig. And bright images and sounds start emitting from the computer. And he looks down for a second. He looks at the door and he climbs through the vents. He goes right above where Arnot's sitting in the captain's chamber. And I would like to use distracting hack on the terminal in front of him.
Okay. So what does that look like?
So I punch a few things into my custom rig on my arm, and the screen starts beeping a few times, and I assume he's looking at it like, that's weird. And then you just start seeing pinup images of goblin women, and it starts screaming, "You've got mail! You've got mail! You've got mail!"
Just furrowed brow for like 2 seconds, then Aster. I think you would probably he picked up a new cantrip, telepathic message, and you would probably get like a like brain message into your because you have like a technological receptor in your head as well, right?
Basically, half of my head has been recreated with mechanical bits and.
I guess you have to make a DC 25 perception check to be able to hear it. But he would,
25.
yeah, that's fucking not that easy. I guess if you're trained in it, it's not that hard either, but
Right.
goo. Either way.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. It's a good night. Hot. Rolling hot.
It's
Hey,
very
does not
almost
d-
a 20.
We've only got
crazy.
18 more rolls before we're rolling natural
Darn.
20.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He's getting there.
The
He's working his
progression.
way up.
It'll be natural.
It's leveling up in the dice. Yep.
But yeah, and regardless, he would basically just start screaming for Aster and storming through the rest of the ship, I guess, hunting him down for that.
He's probably
because-
sitting in the duct above
like,
the room, just
You know,
chilling.
walks out and then like gink, by the like his whatever cable thing that's still jacked into the ship.
It's like
Yeah.
trailing up into the vent above where he was.
Oh, God
I'm
damn.
doing really important work up here. Is there something you need?
Oh my God. Have you been surfing your websites on the console, on the pilot's console? That's unacceptable.
No, I use safe search in my custom rig. What do you mean? I wouldn't sully the ship with some weird websites. What are you talking about?
He's gonna look back, and I imagine it's all gone now.
It is all gone, and make a computer's check.
Okie doke. He's gonna, like Donald, Give me a systems
Diagnostic.
diagnostic, exactly. Jesus. Oh man, hot
Wow.
4. Dicer with us tonight.
We skipped 3.
That's good. Yeah, we jumped
Yeah.
right past 3.
So
Look at the progression.
Woo!
so so you look back to your terminal there, and everything you were just working on is lost. Like you smack the screen a little bit. Um, yeah, it seems the database has been scrambled quite a bit, and you would either have to redo everything, but uh, if you manage to look through the files, you could probably find like recovery documents and save yourself a lot of time.
Oh man. He's probably going to like, I don't know, jump at the vent and realize that it's far too small for him to physically fit in.
You could probably pull the wire that's connecting him to the ship.
Well, eventually, no, I'm sure that would happen as well. But I'm sorry, yeah, that probably would have happened before the first thing here. But no, it's just like, oh my god, you son of a bitch. And then yeah, he'll go about seeing if he can recover, I suppose.
You just hear from the hallway, all material objects are soon transformed, either consumed by fire, if all energy is consumed, or broken into their constituent parts.
Is that why he's taking his legs apart and putting them back together?
Did they say
'Cause he's
something
turning
about
around.
fire?
Yeah, and like destroying things and putting them back together or something.
He's not setting the ship on fire, is he?
Mark, you're not setting the ship on fire, are you?
The sovereign reason knows its own mind.
He did not say no. You
That
should
was-
check on
yeah,
him.
I'll be back. And Aster will drop from the vent. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, through the vents.
he drops covered in dust from the vent, and I'll walk into the back
Also,
room.
I
and
may
check.
murder you in your sleep if you fuck
What?
with the computers in the fifth.
I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. I was literally just working on something up there. I was making sure the vent was working. It was getting a little toasty in here. You know,
He's
it
just
was a
already
little
turned
stuffy.
around back doing paperwork.
Yeah, you're welcome for fixing it. And he'll walk to the back. And
You,
check on Mark.
You see Mark, he's got his left leg spread out on a table, and he's got each part labeled. He looks at you and says, "The parts of the whole are docile and adaptable, and in reason that rules these parts, there exists not the least motive or cause to do wrong."
All right. Is that your fucking leg on the table?
It is.
All right. Is there a particular reason, or are you just system mechanics working?
Aster, do you know the quantity of blood vessels that exist within any portion of your being?
No.
Are you aware of the volume of blood passing through those systems?
Not. No.
Would you like to be?
No.
Are you sure? There is great power in knowledge about oneself.
There's a lot of power in knowing that there's too much going on inside of me for me to care about it, because I don't have enough time in my personal life to think about how many blood vessels are flowing around in me and
Just
doing
for a
little blood
moment,
vessel dance.
would you like to be aware of your entire body?
I would never like that.
I have learned how to do this. I think it may be therapeutic.
Will you stop asking if I let you do it?
Yes, I will. I would like to test if it is a method of therapy for beings that are made of more than just metal.
I got a little metal, but okay, yeah, try it. This isn't gonna scramble my brain or nothing, is it?
I don't think so.
That didn't sound really.
He is going to come up to you, or hobble up to you as he's still missing a leg. and
Probably has a
kinda-
cane.
Yeah, yep. And he's going to lean down, and he's going to put his hand on his forehead and then reach out and just kind of touch your head, and he's going to use mind thrust.
Your hand's really
Oh, how do I roll for that?
Well,
The
let's take a look on your character sheet. So all that you have to make John, you have to make a will save.
Gotcha.
Oh shit. Okay.
try not.
I don't
to
do
die.
those good.
Oh, here we go. I figured it out.
19.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, what's your DC?
Mine?
Yes.
How do I find that?
I see it up there on your sheet.
A main sheet here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is it Maine? Where is?
Yeah,
that?
where is that?
You know, I think it's
It would be
six
actions, I would assume.
actions.
That would make sense. I don't see it.
All right. Well, I think a 19 still passes.
Yeah.
I would like to fail it.
You would like to fail it.
I would like to fail it.
Okay.
As a GM, I'm going to allow this.
All right, so you're gonna take 2d10 damage.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I regret it.
Explain.
So I touch your brain, and your automatic nervous system becomes conscious to you. You are suddenly aware of all of your capillaries, all of the blood vessels, your nervous system, your bones, how everything is working, and it kind of fries your brain a little bit because people aren't really meant to know that kind of thing. This is Mark doesn't know that this spell does damage, and this is going to be him finding out.
10 plus the spell was level plus your your
looks like-
casting ability modifier is the DC thing, just for the future.
Gotcha. So you take 5 damage.
Oh, good.
It's not so bad.
There's a little spark, and then it stops as your brain can't, keep that up. Oh, I apologize.
He's drooling now.
Was that therapeutic? Do you feel more in touch with yourself and your place in the universe?
I feel everything.
Good. Is this good?
No,
No.
it's bad.
Please describe the feeling that you're having right now. I am recording.
I'd rather die. I'd rather be dead right now. I'd rather you just took a gun and shot me.
Interesting. Are you saying there is offensive capabilities for this?
I'm saying I'm offended that I said yes to this.
Interesting. Very good. Thank you.
He just sits down on the ground and stares up.
Marnot will eventually come walking back. Aster, you didn't come and tell me that he hasn't been banning this ship. Oh, you've got a bit drool there. He's kind of just points.
It is
Do you-
okay.
Do you know what your lungs sound like? I do. Never let him
Not
touch
my
you.
lungs.
Don't let him. Don't let him touch you. When he's asking to do therapy, he's not. I don't think he's got a doctorate in anything.
I'm fairly certain he is not certified to render any sort of therapeutic assistance.
Arnott, I believe I have developed a new offensive capability.
Oh?
Yes. I apparently can cause great mental pain by making beings aware of their physical nature in a totality state.
Did you know that your kidneys start to scream? I'm gonna go lie down for a little while. I'm gonna don't. If you need me, don't need me. And he's gonna walk to the munitions cache, or anything that's like stuck in the smuggler's hold. He's just laying on top of it.
Okay. Well, you've already established you have a cot or something.
I
or
have a hammock in there.
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And a little ham radio. I put on very light, smooth jazz. And I will lay and stare at the ceiling in the dark.
Yeah, it's going to take you some time to recover from that.
And imagine my kidneys not having screamed.
As Astra's walking away, Arnott, your data pad gives a notification you received a new email.
Uh-oh. I'll check it out. See what we got.
Yep. Looking it over, it is an automated message delivered to you from the Evgeny Jameson Corporation. Just letting you know that your account, your rental fees for the BD 514 are 15 days past due. To the total amount of 25,000 credits.
Right. Well, it's not the little red one yet, so we're good. They'll like put the or whatever, like I guess dismiss the notification or what have you. Say, look over to Mark and say, we've got to find a way to pull together a fairly serious amount of money from this next job here, or we may lose our fine greyhound here. And he'll just gesture to the ship around.
The universe will either decide to keep this life together, or it will not. It is not up to me to decide.
Yep. Good point. He'll sigh and just kind of, good luck with your legs, and head back into the cockpit.
All right. So
for these 4 days, can I also continue email scamming people?
yes, you can.
Okay.
I would say for your time.
One day I
recuperating-
will not be doing that.
Yeah. So go ahead and do those rolls. We said it was 1d4, right?
Something like that.
I
Yeah.
think it's 1d4 and then that times it. Oh, you still got to make a computers check too, though, first, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can do that as well.
So. Wow.
These dice.
Wow.
You're
That's a
so
solid one.
you
I've
started
been
the
emailing
process.
people like genuine things, like I hope your dog gets better. I'm not really a repairman. I'm just doing this to scam people. I'm sorry.
He just sent an email. This is a scam.
This is a scam.
Don't respond.
don't
This link is bugged.
Block
Like-
my email.
So unfortunately, this revelation into your own inner workings just compels you. Your mind is just
Really?
too lost in it. It takes you a long time to kind of defragment everything. But other than that, anything else during the 4 days of downtime that you guys want to accomplish?
You don't see him for the next 3 days.
No, I
It's
am.
like
I am good learning the inner workings of my body.
All right. Well, in that case,
I know it's probably got plenty of paperwork to do, so all those
Yes.
damn modifications.
in that case, 4 days pass. On the fourth day, about after you've been awake for a couple hours, Tarnold comes on. Or not, we will be arriving at Apostae within the next 15 minutes. I love you, or not.
Knew it was coming. Just like, because I imagine over the 4 days, like this has come up probably several times, and he's just tried not to acknowledge it for the most part. But it's, yes, right. Thank you, Tarnold, and I appreciate that. Let me know when we're in hailing distance for our to begin talking procedures. Also, are you self-aware?
I shall begin preparing procedures for docking. I have searched my databases. I do not sense any sense of self-awareness. I love you, or not.
I love you too, Donald. And he'll like awkwardly walk out of the cockpit. Disconnected.
That half wave and you stop.
Oh, I love you too.
Walking
All right.
away from your high school crush.
In the next 15 minutes, you
My
all
soul.
prepare for your exit out of the drift. The alarm, the signal goes off. You're strapped in, and then gate opens up. The purplish haze of the drift goes away, and your console, your display window opens up to the vastness of space, stars, and directly in front of you, a very dark, very small, and almost moon-like planet.
That's no
Uh,
moon.
from space, Apostae looks more like an abandoned moon than an inhabited planet. There's no natural atmosphere, and this is all coming up on your display that you get.
And Mark is just saying it too.
Uh-huh.
The no
Check
natural
environmental
atmosphere,
report.
no water, no greenery, no light that emits from this planet. It is completely dark. But almost immediately, you're getting a hailing signal on on the display. A message from, it looks to be something called Night Arc Air and Water.
That's not who we were supposed to be contact. Like, that's not our people, right? The person we're
Not your
supposed to be
people.
getting to get the military tech from. I'm sorry, I forgot the target or whatever. But yeah, he'd I guess convey that information to everybody else. He says, we're being hailed. Anyone familiar with a night arc? Water company.
Is that like a club? What is that?
Can I try and throw some sort of knowledge related check
Me
to
too.
be familiar?
Yeah, you can.
see if Mark knows anything.
Is it what do you mean?
I guess it'd be culture.
Nice.
Fucking
Aster would know nothing about this. Ooh, a 7?
Yeah.
that's we're moving up
Yep.
slowly, steadily.
What you would know,
Nice. Great.
That's another one.
Mark.
ladies and
Another
gentlemen.
one.
not sure. Are not what you gather just from the logo that appears from the call signature, and based off the name, this appears to be probably some sort of utility company or something of that nature. It does appear to be an official corporate entity just by logo and signature. Outside of that, you don't know a whole lot about Apostae.
Well, it's definitely classy graphic design, so it's got to be a legitimate organization.
Yeah, I like the logo. The good kerning on the letters are really nice.
Aesthetically pleasing, yes.
Let me hedge a guess. Could be a cover company for whatever mass conglomerate shadow organization that's trying to sell 50 tons of fucking weapons to another planet.
Well, I mean, it was, military materials, I believe.
Yeah, but it's like giant foam finger air quotes, like military technology.
The call signature ends.
Oh. Right, is there a redial on this tunnel? Can you star 69 him or whatever? Just try
It
and
appears a
bounce a
message has been
back.
left.
Oh, wonderful. That's
I love you or not.
Excellent.
Aster behind him. That's weird. That's weird that he'd say that. That's really
I
odd.
do not believe that thing can actually love in the real sense of the spirit and the soul.
Well, I'll have to just, I'm curious. I suppose, you've seemed to have sort of come across self-awareness. Anyway, Donald, can you please play off that message for me?
Yep. The message is played back. It's an automated message, essentially welcoming you to Apostae and informing you that while in Apostae atmosphere or Apostae space, that you have involuntarily signed up as customers of Night Arc Air and Water. During your stay on Apostae, you will be accumulating a bill for air, water, and other materials necessary for life support while on planet.
Wait, they're charging us money to breathe air and to drink water. Are you shitting me right now?
I see no
Apparently.
problems with this.
You don't do either of those things.
This is why I do not see any problems with this.
That's like me being fine if it cost you like $35,000 1,000 credits to get an oil change when you made a planetfall, you know?
That is incorrect. I do not use oil.
I know you use blood, you fucking weird.
That's so
Arnott
weird.
and Aster, your data pads will light up, and there is a message and a little indicator from. It seems an app has been installed on your data pad for Night Arc, Air and Water.
Absolutely no, it hasn't. I'm getting rid of this right
You
now.
can get rid of
for
it,
everybody.
but a cursory overview of it is it gives you a display showing you your bill as it
I was
accumulates.
just gonna say accounting, like a ticker, because
And based off what you gather,
HUD right now.
it's
like,
about to come out to about 2 credits a day.
oh, okay.
I would like to change the values in this app. To everything that it's reading, I want to read half.
So okay, so you're attempting to hack
Are you gonna
the app to
fix
send
the
information
meter?
back, saying that is lower. Than,
Yes, I wanted
okay.
to. I wanted to give a false reading each time.
Okay.
Oh wait, can't you like file? Ooh, is there like a I'm a synthetic life form box to check and not get charged for life support? Or like I don't breathe.
I don't breathe.
Like,
It's a giant box at the bottom. I don't breathe.
I do
Well,
not require oxygen.
From your understanding,
Or is it just
is,
a standard one
Yeah,
one per head?
it appears to be going. It's based off like it, almost like it's reading your vitals, right?
Okay.
So it accumulates based off of
What you
off
use.
of what you
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I want to get in this thing and fuck that system right up.
All right, go ahead and make a computers check.
Just, attach magnets to your reader.
23. Finally.
23. Let me make a roll.
Ooh. Look at that roll over 10.
Ooh.
I know we're getting bougie here tonight.
Uh-huh. High class.
Up in those double digits.
All right, this is fine dining. I got my pinky out and everything when I'm hacking into this bullshit application. North Korea looking ass.
Yeah, it takes you a little bit. You manage to find in the download onto your data pad the source code for the app, and it do some quick programming redesigns. You manage to make it where the information being sent back out, or at least to the app itself, has essentially halved in value. So what would be normally 2 credits comes out about an average for a credit a day now.
You just cheated them out of a credit per day.
They're lucky that I didn't cheat them out of all of their money and potentially try to backtrace through where this app came. I can't even speak. I'm so flabbergasted by the fact they're charging me for water and air. I cannot
It's a
believe it.
standard enter the terms of service, so implied agreement upon proximity. Like, I mean, and he just shrugs.
You're
and,
saying a
shakes
lot
his
of
head.
words. Half of them I understand. Half of them I don't
You get another
think are
call
real.
coming in.
Oh, here we are. I think he'll probably just hit it.
Let me
pretty
talk
quick,
to the wise guy this time.
assuming that it's the no, and it'll shove him out of camera view. Probably.
The
Or
call
wait,
comes
I
in.
guess. Yeah,
An
just in
AI
case.
voice comes on. You have reached Apostae Air. You
Oh,
have been
dear.
designated, and it gives out a designation for a landing site. It's like a couple coordinates, and you have been. It seems like your shift has been automatically registered registered into the system, and you now have a port to land in.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, it was automated. Sorry about that shove there. He's gonna like.
I'm talking to a manager somewhere.
Imagine that you have died and received the gift of new life.
Oh, they're gonna imagine they died when they really die.
Live it full of wondrous gratitude in sweet accord with nature.
Yes.
Does
Right.
that fit this current scenario?
Actually, I believe it does. See, because you could just look at this as though today were the first day of the rest of your life, and that this is maybe not such a big deal, I think, essentially. He, like, grins and, like thumbs up to over to Mark.
Very good, Arnott. You will make a disciple yet.
I would like to distracting hack something like you did to this spine.
God damn it.
There is plenty within the cockpit of the BD-514 that you can have.
If he has any baubles, like mechanical baubles or electronic baubles on the dashboard or something, I want one of them to start like going haywire.
It's like one of the little...
Right. I wanted to go start shaking horribly.
Yeah, they'll be distracted utterly trying to figure that out, and then look over at at Aster again because I assume it's more goblin pop-up porn.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I like that issue. Anyway, yeah, issue 16, Rocket Girl. That's my favorite one. Uh, Nevertheless, so what exactly do we have to do? Do we have to go to a place and pick this up, or?
Generally, yes, we will end up going to a place, I believe, and securing a thing, then perhaps taking it to a person.
Standard
That-
procedure, I see.
That is the definition of a delivery.
Yeah, no, it
Not-
is.
Yeah, the little display for Tarnal lights up, and on the holo vid, visual representation of the contract is for apparent for all you to see. A general recap of that: it is a
Thank you,
contract
Donald.
given to between Evgenii Jameson Corporation and a man by the name of Lord Sinjin. To the contract is to travel to Apostae, to a place known as Lamashtu's Lair, to meet with a contact of Lord Sinjin, a man by the name of Jarheed. Jarheed will give you the information, or he's apparently who you'll be picking the weapons up from. Uh, Load the weapons and to take them to Voxel, a relatively close by planet that you are to deliver to the Gridderin Authority, Hobgoblin military uh, fleet, essentially.
All right, so we go to this drug den. We meet this Jahid or Jawhead, or I don't really understand the dialect. Uh, and bish bosh, piece of cake. All right,
I do not believe there will be cake there.
that's not exactly what I meant, but that's okay. That's fine.
Well, let's not rule it out.
There
right?
could be cake.
There may be cake.
I've never met a Drow before, so maybe they're like bakers. They'll really like.
I mean, I'm
Sweets.
quite partial to most baked goods.
I could eat a cake, or like a bear claw.
As we're probably getting ready to exit the ship, I imagine, or
Yeah,
land wherever it is.
So
we're
as you
in the
descend,
process here.
the Nightshade Towers of the city of Night Ark juts into view. Um, it is surrounded by great halls, smaller domes, and other enclosed buildings. This is a relatively metropolis of a city on this dark and desolate planet. As you approach, you notice again, Apostae itself has no atmosphere. So as you get close, you can see that the city you're coming to is actually covered in this like glass dome that surrounds the entire city. And as you get close, there are like dome ports that you go through, kind of to almost like an airlock of sorts, where you get decompressed and all, or get compressed, decompressed, and get access into the city. You make your way to the designated port, and as you dock into the port, another message chimes onto your screen. This one comes through automatically. It says, "Please remain seated for necessary security inspections."
Wait. What do they mean, security inspections?
Then you probably need to head to the smuggler's hold.
Right.
And bring Caesar here into the cockpit.
Caesar! And he's hear the little pitter patter of his feet as he runs off back to the back of the ship, and you hear the door open and close very quickly.
All right, Mark, remember.
May I carry
normal
that for
loading
you?
droid. Yeah, he's thumbs up. All right. You're catching on. This is excellent. Wonderful.
And Caesar will walk out as you're discussing.
Nodding.
Mark turns off the lights behind one of his eyes and then turns it back on.
A few moments pass, you get a ping on your on the communications for the ship, from a data pad from a source outside of the ship.
He will answer / check it, whichever is applicable.
uh, Captain of BD 514, this is Officer Drips. I require entry for security inspections, please.
Excellent. Yes. No problems here. Just me and two robotic crewmates. Happy to let you aboard to do your duties. Releasing airlocks, I guess. I assume.
Yep. You open the cargo doors, cargo
Sure.
bay.
Yeah.
As the cargo as the pneumatics go down, you see standing outside three, not one, but three, well armored, definitely in official capacity, Drow men, and almost without uh, even addressing you at all, they begin thoroughly searching your cargo bay.
How
Um,
thorough?
Well, I got to make some rolls.
Oh
We're
shit.
about to find out.
All right.
Ooh. So, I guess. Nah. Never mind. I'll wait.
Okay. The one that I actually mispronounced the name. It was Droets.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
drips.
heard drips.
Yeah,
I
drip
had to,
do
yeah.
Erden.
Droets approaches you and begins asking you a question. Do you have any illegal weapons aboard the ship, or anything that I need to know about?
Well, there's probably some purple berry residue. Wait, purple berry, that's not them. Yarrow berry residue here and there, I imagine, from our last shipment. Scratches his head and, hands the. Well, shit, do we have like a manifest or whatever? Is that the. That's
I
probably
assume
not.
we would.
He was just asking about weapons, though, and if it's talking about military.
Do you have any cargo aboard your ship that is not
No.
listed in?
Absolutely not. No. All declared and present, accounted for and visible. Yeah, just gesturing vaguely back in that the hold area. I imagine he's still like buckled in the pilot's chair.
Mark is standing right next to you.
These are
height of
standing on the
compliance.
other side next to you.
And you're in
Marvel.
the smuggler's hold.
I am.
Okay. So the three Drow quickly begin inspecting the cargo area. It appears that there was no notice of the entrance into the smuggler's bay.
I was gonna say. Okay.
After about 5 minutes of thorough searching, I think all you really have in there is like a empty, half empty crate of yarrow berries at this point, right?
Mhm.
There's not a whole lot in the bay.
Oh, they'd be gross now.
Yeah, they are spoiled now.
Yeah,
We're
this
working
is-
on some
this
toilet
is a
wine.
disgusting smell.
I leave them out for the ship ferries occasionally. We're hoping that they may ferment and see
Right.
what happens.
You're one of
there.
those types.
You understand, of course. Yes.
I do
Gotta make
not.
ends meet here.
I do not.
I do not, and I am insulted by the insinuation.
Can I carry that for you?
It's not the
After about 5 minutes looking around, they seem to be. They pass by. You said you're up front with Arnott, Mark.
Yes.
You said okay.
Yep.
They won't notice you. Yeah, a quick inspection, about 5 minutes, and then they come back on. All right, you have an all clear. You are free to embark into Night Ark. Enjoy your stay.
Wonderful. Thank you for your time, officer.
Thank
Pro
you.
salute.
And
Very brave what you do here.
they make their way off the ship.
All right, my heart's beating out of my chest. Hold on. I think one of them got really close. I think he smelt the door. I don't know what he was doing.
I was planning to have to, well, I mean, I think I could have perhaps, wiped the device, maybe, potentially. It was going to be a rough set of circumstances, maybe locking you in there, but I had a theory on a way to stop that. Shouldn't have gotten too much worse.
Well, I can get through the duct in there. There's still like a ventilation shaft. So
Oh, that's a wonderful point. Yes, you could have just, vacated and we would have been as surprised as them when we discovered, or what.
A hammock and radios playing slight smooth jazz.
I could have attributed it to the space fairies, actually.
Maybe you would have started believing. Maybe you would have had at least another dumbass on this on this galaxy.
That is offensive. Okay, there are many in the breeding pits who believe in the power and goodness of ship fairies.
Aren't they all just you though? Like, isn't that just a bunch of yous?
Well, I mean,
do you all have different likes and wants? Like, are you all the same person, or do you all got like some of you like red, but some of you like blue, and some of the heretical ones like purple? Is that the sort of environment?
Purple. Come along now. That's ridiculous.
Right, that'd be foolish.
But yes, there are a few variations in favorite colors. For example, he shrugs and says, compliance and obedience to company policy is quite common, I will say.
Are there lady ones too, or is it just like elf men ones?
Or that might be like a Ken doll down there. I'm not really sure.
Are you? Never mind. I don't want to get into that.
He just gets quiet, I think.
Moment of contemplation. You can ask Mark here if you want to see what the rest of your insights sound like, though. So maybe they'll give you a tip.
Would you like to? Or not?
No. Excellent. Thank you. Just fine, actually.
I am carrying 2.45 liters of blood inside of me right now.
That seems like a lot. Is that a lot? That's
Caesar
a lot.
will reactively just kind of step away from you, like creepily. That's probably fine, Mike. You're doing great.
I can precisely time the nerve reaction it takes for an impulse to reach my central processing unit to the end of my fingers and back.
That's
Wonderful.
great.
You're like, like a walking stopwatch then. It's quite impressive abilities.
Ask this of a thing. What is it in and of itself? What is its individual makeup? Its essence, form, and matter? Its purpose in the world? And its duration?
Do I have to ask you those things?
Are we measuring it in, like, nerve lapse? Or the nerve signal lapse in your arms or whatever? Or, like, minutes?
I believe that it would make the most sense to measure such periods of time as what you do most often as a being in the world. So for Aster's example, it would be passing gas.
Right.
I have several questions.
I'd say it's like 3 or 4, permission forms, I would say then. And he goes back to filling
This is a very riveting conversation, after all.
Excellent.
And
Yes,
I don't want to break it up.
units of time
Right.
measurement. It's quite critical.
Should I stay on the ship?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. That it's imperative that you do, but it can't hurt, I suppose. If we do only have Caesar to deal with, he shrugs.
Well, I can only control him up to 2,500 feet.
What is useless for the hive is of no use for the bee.
Can you, do you have a backpack for him?
I don't have a receiver for him yet. I'm working on one.
No, that you could sit in.
No, I don't have a baby carrier for my fucking droid. Are you crazy?
Maybe we can pull one together here if we scram it.
Oh yeah, put me in the fridge and put it on his back. That'll be.
That seems like it'd be quite heavy. I'm afraid. I think those are airtight as well. He's like walking around looking for like bags and stuff that might holding them up to him.
Caesar's chassis.
That would be wonderful.
There's an oxygen tank in there that I had to install 10 or so years ago. I haven't taken it out yet, and I don't know if I could fit in there.
Sorry, why does your robot have an oxygen tank?
It was for me back back in the Armada, I used to have to scrub the hull of the ship while we were in
Ah,
transit.
right. Yes. Now
Uh,
that seems reasonable now.
And you see, you know, I'm a space goblin, right? But
Correct.
my
Agreed.
my familial bloodline comes from, let's not say all the chromosomes and all the IQs. So really, we didn't get to breathe, and they expected us to hold our breath up there. So I had to install an oxygen tank to make sure I didn't fucking die anytime that I scrubbed the hull.
That is
Is
against
that a
company
reliable
policy.
strategy? Yes, it
was
is.
not. Well, you're gonna have to take that up with the Goblin fleet.
Going without atmosphere is bad for productivity.
Yeah, but once you have enough goblins in an entire ship that breeds them, you could just start throwing them at any odd job, and
Huh.
it generally works.
It seems like you might run into diminishing returns at some point.
I think our turnover rate was about 1 death an hour.
That's actually quite good.
Yeah, but that's not counting the ones that Captain Grigg, you know, the executions, they were a little more. Yeah.
But I mean, you know.
Lab tests have shown that a average space goblin can go without oxygen for upwards of 6 or 7 minutes without expiring.
My best time was 9. I
Really?
did pass out.
Just eyes wide, like slag jawed, like
You are above average. Most space goblins without oxygen for greater than 8 minutes die.
I'm fairly certain that you are in fact a space fairy.
Well, I
It
like
goes
to
back to
believe that
my-
I'm built a little differently than the other goblins, you know.
Scanning.
There are
I-
metal bits on you.
I
which
am
I have
going to
not
leave
seen on
before he
most
starts
others.
telling me about how all of my functions
You
work.
will.
I don't
yes,
like
and
it.
how long you have left
Yeah,
until you'll
befo-
starve.
Or how yeah, right. How much piss is gonna be in my bladder by the time we leave the ship or whatever. I don't need this information. It's not really important to me.
2.5 cups.
I'm going to why is he still doing it? I don't understand. And
That seems
he's-
like a lot. Is
He's
that a
going
lot?
to smash the door release and walk in and see if he can find anything he could fit in
like a backpack.
that Caesar could carry around.
I have.
There is your
Mm.
hammock.
I have an idea.
Okay. It's like a
Mark walks over and he picks up a box and says, "I could carry this if you were inside of it.
Okay, that might work.
I am a transport droid.
He is. That's
Can
true.
you carry that for me?
Yes, I can. If you get inside. Do you mind the smell of rotten yarrow berries?
I have a different box over there with tools in it. Let me empty it real fast, and then we can use that one instead.
I like the way this one feels better.
I don't think that
Yes,
matters.
the edges around it, you know,
Yes.
they don't cut in quite as
You-
It is
you-
also much more square.
Are you gonna make me sit in a fucking Yarrowberry box?
I'd prefer it personally. He's laughing, like grinning
It
a
would
bit. I
also
guess
mask
probably easily.
your smell in case anything tried to search us via that method of
Yes.
detection.
Most people would not want to stick their hands around in a box of rotten yarrow berries as well. He nods. Points at you.
Fine, fine.
Submerging yourself entirely.
I'm not gonna do that.
I recommend stripping down, however, as
I'm not gonna do
yarrow berries are very good at staining material.
That's right.
He'll take off
you
his
should
coat
be naked. It'd be best.
and he'll take off his pants, but he will keep his breeches on.
He's got like a, like tank
He's got-
top and
He's got
shorts.
he's got
on,
like a
polka dot
white
shorts.
tank top that's like got oil stains on it, and he's got like the heart boxers on.
Classic.
Mark
Absolutely stolen.
Mark starts spinning his finger and he drills a small sight hole in the front of the box for you. There, now you can see.
Oh, and I could breathe too. Perfect.
I love the drill finger a lot. That's fantastic.
And Aster will he'll keep his pistol and he'll Crouch into the box.
I can't wait until someone opens that box to see a dirty yarrow covered space goblin wielding
Naked
a
with a
pistol.
gun.
Yeah.
It's purple stain.
Screaming at
man.
each other.
Dude coming out of the trunk in The Hangover. Like,
Yes, exactly.
oh man.
Exactly.
I want to look like Heisenberg, you know, like the underwear and like the button-up shirt. It's all fucked up. That's what I want to look like with a gun,
With a gun.
That's
kind of
great.
blicky. It's perfect.
All right. Yeah. So
Excellent. Yes.
just gonna
So we should
close
be
the
able to make our
box.
way to our destination quite safely now, I believe.
Are
So,
you okay in there?
It smells like shit and I hate it. I don't like cramped spaces. I don't know if I told you that.
I would like to run a few tests. I begin shaking the box.
Stop it!
Arnott's doing his best to like contain just uproarious
I will
laughter.
blindly shoot out of this box.
I apologize. This is to find the upper and lower bounds of movement so that you have the most comfortable ride possible.
Oh, great. I feel very comfortable in my fucking first-class seat here. Thank you.
Yes.
I imagine it's quite cushy, actually.
It's gushy, actually. There's yarrow berries all over the fucking place.
Right. Anyway, it's like a really gross, I don't know, mud bath or something.
I'm starting to become nose-blind already.
There you go. See, that's the attitude. As we head out of the ship.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
imagine.
So you all step off out of the ship and into the city of Night Ark, which this is a major starport and trade hub. You quickly see as you exit and see the city proper. Um, this is like I said, a large metropolis, and in the oh, my Alexa just cut on. In the
I
center of the
love
city,
you, Kyle.
in the center of the city is this large, massive building that almost looks like what's that arc in France called in Paris?
Joan of Arc.
Arch of Triomphe.
Yeah, like Arch
Arc de
Triumph.
Triomphe.
In the center of the city, I mean, this is towering in height. You can see it from any point in the city. Maybe where the city gets its name from. There are other like several hundreds around the interior of the dome on the edge of these massive towers that are set up as like these security towers for the city. Um, but you head off in the direction of the city, into the city, in the direction of Lamashtu's lair, where you're to meet with your contact and establish your point of buy for this new business venture. And I think that would be a pretty good time to go ahead and take our break.
Cool.
Killing it.
All right. I will go ahead and switch over to that, and we'll be back in 15 minutes, guys.
See you soon, everybody.
Step one of putting together a group or finding a group is time frame. It's scheduling.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
before you can even look at a DM's preferences or style or players' tendencies, styles, preferences, before you can look at any of that, you have to look at scheduling. Because even though you might find a DM that runs a really good game that you really want to be a part of, if you can't make the times, if you can't be a part of their schedule, it's not worth trying to force it, because you're going to end up missing. You're going to have players that are going to end up missing.
Yeah.
So scheduling, you have to be able to make the appointed times.
Definitely.
Everyone does.
Right. I guess the best group in the world is not a group if they're not able to come together and get around a table and play the game, I suppose. Yeah, obviously the particulars of that are going to vary for everybody, but do you feel like there are any sort of tools, tips, or cheat codes to getting scheduling to work?
The very first thing you have to do is everybody has to understand their own limitations.
Right.
You need
Okay.
to sit down and write it down. Write down when are your guaranteed days. You write it down so you don't have to think about it. Figure out, go through your week, go through your month, write it down, put it on a notepad. Just know your own availability so that you know where to look.
I think that seems like a really simple thing, I think, to a lot of people, but that is absolutely, that's key, is like, yeah, know your damn schedule.
And you think it's easy enough to recall your schedule. But when you're put on the spot, you're going to sit there and try to go through, do I have anything on this day? Do I have anything on this day? Just go through it ahead of time and write it down so you can say, yeah, I know it. It's right here.
I agree. That's a good idea. I lean toward, I have a Google Calendar, which is what I use to keep like everything in my life that is organized. Do you have any favorite tools to use, programs, things of that nature?
Now, personally, my schedule's always been pretty easy to work around. It's a set schedule. So, I mean, there may be some better tools. Like if you look at it, you can make a chart off of like Google Documents or something like that. And which is what I used in my questionnaire. That's like the first thing that I had. It's basically just a series of rows and columns with little check boxes, different times of the day, different days of the week. Check the ones that you can be a part of.
Right.
That you know you can be a part of. And that's the best thing for it. If you're looking for a DM or if you're looking for players, you know, if you can get the most information about time frame and availability and you can line people up with what matches, that's the easiest thing. And it's a really cool tool that I used, and it is on it was on Google Documents. It's pretty easy to use. It lets you put in however many rows, however many columns, and it just puts little check boxes there. And all you got to do is just click on all the ones that are applicable. Now, obviously, life happens.
Right.
But you need to know what, 90% of the time or more, this day, this time slot, this is when I can make these games. And then you need to look for a DM that's running a game in that time slot. If they're not in one of your time slots, move on.
Attention! If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with lycanthropy, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Lycanthropy is a rare, uncontrolled animalis transformation linked with monster bite exposure. Exposure to monster bites in the mercenary, adventuring, questing, or mortuary industries may put you at risk. Please don't wait. Raven 1-800-99-RAR-RNG for a free legal consultation and a financial information scroll. Lycanthropy patients send a Raven now. 1-800-RAR-RNG.
My name is Dagger Dan, and I got swords. I got knives. I got pole arms aplenty. If you need a melee weapon with a sharp end, come on down to Dagger Dan's. My blades are so sharp, I'm wanted in 6 kingdoms for accessory to manslaughter. Never have the deals been this good. Half price off katanas. Half price off axes. Buy one dagger, get one free. So get yourself and your gold over to Dagger Dan's, home of the largest dagger in the kingdom. Tell them Dan sent you.
How should players go about determining what kind of style their prospective DM might be looking to implement?
From a player's perspective, there are some questions you should be asking your DM. The setting is a big deal. If you are talking to a DM who's running a setting that all their players, they're going to be joining sort of a guild or a company or a group of people that are like say a den of thieves or a pirate's ship or something. That gives you an idea sort of for the setting. Are they running a module? Are they running homebrew? Are they running some sort of mix? Are they using a pre-made world? Is it their homebrew world? And that'll give you sort of an idea of what they want to do. So what you need to find out is are the sessions going to be encounter driven? I guess that's the best way to put it. Because asking them, hey, look, is every session going to be combat, or are we going to have opportunities to roleplay? It seems straightforward, but the main thing is, are they building their game to be encounter driven? If a DM is building their game to be encounter driven, then most of the time, not all the time, most of the time it's going to be that you need to defeat these encounters to progress.
Right.
That tends to let you know that it's going to be more combat oriented. Some DMs, and you need to ask them this question: will they allow you to solve encounters, or even combat encounters?
Right.
Can you solve these problems with roleplay?
Yeah.
Do you have that option if your reasoning and your roles line up? Can
Right.
you solve these things with roleplay? If the answer is yes, then they're allowing for more roleplay. If the answer is no, which is fine,
Yep.
you're going to have to fight. That means
Yeah.
they want more combat. And I've been in games where I felt, as a charismatic character, that I could persuade some certain bad guys.
Right.
But the DM had the mindset that, hey,
This is
we have to
we
have
rolled
combat
initiative. Yeah.
because it
like-
needs to be exciting.
Yes. Oh no, that's what I was saying. Is that's a really good way to phrase that, or to like come at that, is by saying, hey, so how often will I be able to talk my way out of whatever
Yes.
mess we find ourselves in, or you know, think my way out of, or you know, because my answer to that is, hey, if it's reasonable, like you're saying, and the dice line up and all that stuff, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
There are no guaranteed combats, right? But I think there are DMs who are going to say, well, there's going to be some situations where you're fighting, the giants in this are just savage, mean monsters.
Yeah.
And they don't want to hear it, and they're not going to talk with you. And that's what you're fighting a lot of the time. So there aren't going to be a lot of situations where maybe you can, convince them that it's not worth fighting, or that there's a better alternative. And and I think that is like a really important piece of information to get, and a good way to start to kind of figure out where your DM is as far as players
Yeah.
are concerned.
And like I said, there's no right or wrong. It's just
Yeah.
it's just finding your fit. It's finding your group. All of it's viable, all of it's fun. But if you want a combat oriented game and the DM is not doing that, or
Right.
vice versa, you're going to end up with some issues.
That makes sense.
You're going to end up not having fun, and that's the whole point of it.
That's not great.
Oh, it is Irrational Radio. We are here with another Old for Gold episode. Smart like a fox. Foxes don't know alphabets.
Well, I
Yeah.
can do
I
some
don't
quick
think
and
I
dirties.
remember.
I can just remove the toilet entirely, and you can just shit down the hole.
I have a deadbeat brother who is still sleeping in my beanbag, and I need him to leave before my wife's sister's wedding.
Did you say in your beanbag?
Yes, he's been crashing on my living room beanbag for a long time.
He has a beanbag.
All right. Well, I'll make sure I let you know when I've poured all of your orders into one of the sections.
This is the most ridiculous situation.
You were
For a
making it this
restaurant.
whole way through like that wasn't a totally ridiculous idea until you had to say, and I will pour your food into the giant trough which you will retrieve it from. And I think that railroad's tossed around, almost like a curse word, as in the
Yeah.
DMing world. And I think that if you're taking away your player's agency, that's bad. But if you're just all moving toward the same plot line, then there's nothing wrong with that. If everyone's agreeing that they're all interested in saving the world, they don't want to deal with the piddly little nonsense here in town, they want to go straight to the cataclysmic world-altering event stuff, and that's the storyline everyone wants to play. Then that's not like a failed DM thing or something like that. I guess it's not my leaning as a DM, but I definitely am more of the whatever, run around, start a business.
Yeah.
I've got a game that they own about 6, and they've had to license them all, and they run an orphanage, and they've got all there's like 100 different little business interests that they're sticking fingers in, and to me that's a lot of fun. But I understand that there are players that are going to be like, oh my god, nothing's happening, like we don't do anything, we haven't left this city in like 2 years, like
Railroad is tossed around as like a bad word, but I think that the main reason that is because I think a majority of people that play, a majority of players end up falling into a certain category of where they want to play the game because they want their characters to be able to do what they want. And so when you have these players joining into games with DMs that want to run, say, a strict module or a straightforward, save the world campaign where it is a little more railroady, you have players that are joining games that they're not a fit for. Right. So then you end up with the railroad being a bad term. Now, if you have players that's what they want, that's your type of game, you're joining a DM because you know he's running a game that is story driven, that is pretty much railroad centric, a module, what have you, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with railroad, but it gets a bad rap because just like any term in D&D, and where you're talking about any type of player or any type of DM, the only reason they get a bad rap is because the players and the DMs are not a good fit for each other. And that's what we're trying to talk about, is to get your fit as a player, as a DM. If you find your fit, there is no bad word.
Right. If you are doing some sort of like greater plot arc development stuff, and even if it's individual running around nonsense, eventually the stakes have to get raised, the pressure has to be increased in some way, and that there are people who are going to call that railroad. I think that it is part of pushing the plot forward at some point. I think that's it's much more important that everyone's looking for the same kind of game, because what one DM does and gets called railroading by one player, another DM could do with another player and never hear the same word, because they were both looking for that kind of game at the time.
And we're back. Thanks, guys, for sticking with us. Took a little break, and we are returning right away to the journey of the BD514's crew.
The Greyhound.
Which you guys have exited the ship into the city of Night Ark, which is a city that is in perpetual darkness. The star, this planetoid is so far away from the star of the system that it is essentially endless night here. All the buildings are made out of this ebony-like stone. There's a lot of reds and purples. This is very much cyberpunk, like Night City kind of vibes here. But you are able to, on your datapad, easily find information and directions towards the Lamashtu's lair, which is where your contact is. And
I was just going to say, Lamashtu's lair has a 2.5 rating on Gelp.
Canon.
Gelp.
Wait, 2.5? That's like better than half the dive bars on my home planet.
Yes.
It's actually pretty good for what I was expecting. I'm surprised.
Are there
Maybe
any-
it's like a relative thing because of the surrounding establishments.
Maybe
or
there's
something.
better stuff. Maybe this place is great, and there's just even wilder things.
Apparently,
You hear from inside the box.
Yeah. Apparently, you should not order any of the vegetables. They are too far imported.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's a bar. Right?
Are there any pictures on there?
He flips through some things.
Go ahead
No.
and everybody, with the except, well, actually, you know what? Even Aster, I guess. I would say roll with a -2 perception checks.
All right.
This is visual based.
12.
24.
11.
Do you have
Okay.
dark vision if that helps?
I don't,
I do too.
if that hurts.
Okay. You're able. I mean, you
I have low
quickly
light, I guess.
discover Lamashtu's lair. The directions are very easy to follow, and you actually hear it before you see it. You and with your with the I mean, with the access to the directions and just your your general sense of where you're going. You turn down this dark alleyway that is lit up at the end, and what you see before you is an entryway that there's an like what I'm looking for, a sculpted image of a incredibly horrifically looking figure. It is this half human or mostly human with like a wolf's head and these raven-like wings that sprout out from it. There's one on either side of this entryway, which is like the open mouth of like a wolf's jaw that are hanging over this doorway. There is low, bassy techno music coming from within. There's a heavy-looking, or very built-looking uh, uh, Drow female that is kind of standing there as a bouncer in front of the door. There's a line of several individuals of all different types of races that are waiting to get in. Welcome to the Lamashtu's lair. With that being said, Mark, you with your very incredibly high 24 perception have noticed since you've turned down into the alleyway, there is a particular Drow that is paying very close attention to your party.
I'm going to wave, or I'm going to shake the box slightly and then come over to him and go.
Wait, Mark. Oh, God. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. Hang on. And he's, like kind of feeling around because I imagine he's not seeing
Yeah.
super well here.
Caesar has his arms on your shoulders and he's pushing you forward in a direction.
I'm going to stop and say hello to the figure in the drow in the alleyway. Hello, my name is Mark A2510619. Do you have anything that you need me to carry?
This gentleman who's about 30 feet away from you or so, you notice he's got his hair is cut back into like a very tight ponytail, dressed in and does not look to be club attire at all. These are like hardened leather. He's got a strap that goes down in front of his leather vest here that's got like daggers that are sticking out of it. That are like a bandolier or a bandolier that was called
Nailed
of
it.
daggers. As soon as you reach out to talk to him, he turns and walks away.
I believe we should follow that man.
Is that the vibe you got from that guy?
Yes.
Well,
he seemed
sorry.
like he wanted us to follow him.
Are you accosting random strangers?
It was a man with more daggers than I've ever seen in my life.
He did have. Okay. Well,
Well,
that's
yeah, he kind of
generally
looks like a
bad
knife
sign.
salesman to shame. He could be a knife salesman.
Before he goes too far away, or I guess. Hang on, I gotta look at how remote operation works here. Okay. Computer or vehicle. The controls of a computer. So I can remotely operate the controls of a computer or vehicle out to a short distance at 60 feet. Would that be something like his data pad or what, comm device, whatever phone do I have?
Yep.
It doesn't say that I have to be able to see it necessarily. It doesn't seem like. But yeah, I guess. He would try and cast a remote operation on his any comm device he's holding, I guess.
Okay, and then he said there's no roll.
No. Let me. How do I link it? I'm a fool.
That's real. I can look at your sheet real quick. Not a
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be a thing that requires a roll. It's a concentration check. But it produces a holographic duplicate of the controls in my hand or within my reach. If it has no controls, it's fails. So I'm not sure if that qualifies or not here.
problem. And you're just trying to hack in, like see what's
I
on.
basically just want to like grab his phone and like start scrubbing through it, figure out who he is,
Okay.
things
With
like
a, with
that.
a it's you don't have a whole lot of time to react.
Sure.
But you do manage to reach out and you do connect. You sense he has a data pad on him, some sort of communication device. And the information you receive back is actually very alarming to you. It is what was prevalent, most prescient and prevalent on his data pad was a picture of you, a picture of Mark A2, and a picture of Asterix.
Not Caesar, but Astor
Not
himself.
Caesar, but Asterix. Oh, and well, Caesar is there too. There's a total of four, and your names are also listed on the pads as well. A lot of detailed information about the three of you.
Okay. I'd like to. Can I try and send this message, whatever the file is that our dossiers, to Arnott's device and then cast erase? I'm sure I'm probably running out of space without us following after him here.
Yeah.
Probably.
At this point, he's already disappeared out of the alleyway.
Okay. Yeah. Then he will just relay that information. That one he had. Well, like pictures of the three of us on his phone. It seems he was, in fact, after us.
That is distressing news.
The three of us, like you, Caesar, and Mark.
No. You. And he, like, points at, like,
box.
into the hole. You know, that he's looking, that the eyes poking out of or whatever.
Wait, how the fuck would he know I was even on the ship?
Well, it said Asterix. I wasn't able to get very much information before he got out of range, but
That's really not good. That's like bad. That's so not good. It's bad.
I agree entirely.
I am not sure I agree, but I accept your opinion.
I don't know. Never mind. We should probably follow him.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do have our task to complete that we were hired for, yes, and he's now run off his own way.
We should get into line for Lamashtu's lair.
Right, if we don't get online now, we'll be here all night.
You hear
Yes.
the pistol click in the box.
A group of three young club going Drow females pass by and go, "What's with the box? That's weird."
This is a box of rotten yarrow berries I am keeping for my friend here. I motion to Arnott. I am a
just nods.
transport droid.
Caesar,
Three.
thumbs up.
Yes. The protocol's working.
Two to three roll their eyes, get in line.
Hey, we were here first. You hear from inside.
Like elbow from Arnott into the box.
Sorry.
And then we get online, get ready, or start waiting to get in, I think. But keeping an eye out, though, I would say, for the potential of other individuals.
Yeah, I want to mark that guy for Caesar to keep an eye out for as well.
Okay. If you're keeping an active eye out, then go ahead and roll me another perception check as you're standing in line.
Actually, not quite very perceptive.
It'd be 22.
22.
Looking through Caesar's eyes.
Yeah. So you look through Caesar's eyes. Okay.
It was a
Four.
20. That's horseshit.
It was so
You were
much almost a
bamboozled.
20.
So you end up waiting in line for about 15 minutes. As it appears the club has already reached its maximum capacity. It seems to be a pretty happening place. And people are being let in as others are leaving. Eventually, the three Drow women in front of you get let in. And as the bouncer is opening the door, the three of you walk up, and the door just shuts.
Oh, we. No, it's. Excuse us. Sorry. Yes, the door seems to have closed on us before we were able to enter.
We were
Sure, it was a mistake.
We were with those women. They are our dates.
Killing it.
Roll a deception.
Please.
Aster is covering his mouth in the box, rocking back and forth.
Come on, that 20. Please give me.
You mean a bluff?
Bluff, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Oh my god. I don't know how good you are at bluff, but
I hope he's great.
I would love it with every fiber of my being if you made this. Oh, that's just as good, honestly.
That is,
for
yes.
being honest. Are not just nods though. Like,
yes.
they are.
Smelly fucking box.
Yeah.
Then they will wait for you inside until capacity is available.
Scanning.
Right. Arnott will just pull out his data pad and go back to watching Buffy the Space Vampire Slayer, as he was probably doing because he rolled
Another
a 4.
5 or so minutes pass. As a group of individuals exit out of the interior, around the same time your scan completes, Mark, indicating that capacity is now available. The bouncer opens up the door.
Right.
Capacity is now available.
Excellent. In we go. Important deliveries of Yara berries to make.
Yes.
Like
And
march on.
dates.
Also the dates. Yes, that's right. Them as well. Come along, Caesar.
I want one of those.
As you head inside, there's a dimly lit interior of a narrow hallway that you traverse down about 15 or so feet. You can see the flashing lights and hear the thumping of the bass as you approach. And as you pass that about 15 feet or so, it opens up into this massive interior. At least from your entryway into the alley, being from an alleyway, you thought this would have been a smaller place. It's actually very large inside. And there is a dance floor that is filled with individuals out there just getting it on, going to the beat. Don't get dirty, John. There are several tables that are filled with individuals. Waitresses going back, or actually in this case, waiters going back and forth between tables, taking orders.
It's just like a Playboy bar. Like are all
Oh
those
my
dudes in
God.
like really, really
I believe
gimpy?
Chippendales. Is the-
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Chippendales.
They're dressed
Many-
like Cert,
This
basically.
this is a club, and one that you look around. Most people are much better dressed than you.
I am not dressed. in
I am
fact.
wearing overalls. Yeah, company
Right.
overalls.
coveralls and a
Coveralls.
hard hat.
Yep.
Coveralls. Oh man, that's
Safety
right. Yeah, the
glasses.
hard hat and glasses
Yep.
and vest. Still on.
Oh,
man.
no!
I forgot the eye protection. No, Arnott's good on that. We're not in like
So
a
setting a statement,
area.
you enter into the club. The
It's
lights,
construction worker chic. It's different.
It's like the
just
Neo
the pulsating
village
lights from the
people.
interior, just flashing off your reflective vest. But you look around. Welcome to Club Lamashtu.
This is very sad.
What? Wait, that's not the adjective I
This
was
is
going with.
amazing.
Just as circus games and other people's entertainment offer the same tedious scenes over and over, so it is with life. An appalling sameness, a tiresome round of cause and effect. When will it ever end?
The
Well, I
second
mean,
I
it-
get out of this box.
It is a repetitive song, but I feel like you're being overly depressing.
Yeah, it's a little dour for a nice scene like this. Come on. No dancing. We got business.
What? Oh, right. Yes. No, of course.
I want to get out of
Lord
this fucking box.
Was it Sinjin?
We are looking for Jahid.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, Jawhead.
Incorrect.
It's
Close
close
Jahid.
enough, Mark. Yes. Perhaps we should start with a bartender or someone like that who may be able to point us in the right direction.
I'm going to just point. I'm just going to like suddenly turn to the closest person to me and say, "Hello, my name is Mark A2510619. Will you direct us to a bartender?"
That's Mark.
You turn to this guy sitting there like dancing and shit, and he turns, looks at you, goes, "Oh, you want some hyperleaf?" And like jumping,
Yes,
like,
yes, I do.
You hear a scream from inside the box.
Will that help me find a bartender?
No, but the bar's over there, man. And he just
Thank you. I'm gonna try.
Oh wait, about that hyperleaf.
Take the box into the bar. I'm gonna,
Shouting after. Wait.
Wait,
No.
no,
I'm gonna put the box on the bar.
Why not? We'll just follow after, shaking his head and pinching the bridge of his nose.
yeah, you see it. There's this long on the other side of the dance floor. This long aluminum countertop bar, pitted and scarred. It runs the entire length of the backside of this building, essentially. There are several black stools that are around the counter. Many of them already taken. You see behind the counter a female half orc, who looks to be the bartender. The only one you can currently see. In the process of filling up multiple drinks and like passing them out. Seems to be a pretty busy night for her.
I'm going to, just sit there very patiently and wait.
Arnott's gonna walk up behind him and wait, and then slowly get more and more distracted by dancing, probably. This is 2 nights in a row that my character has been in a rave, so.
Trying to milk it for all it's worth.
Literally yesterday.
Yep.
Sorry, that's a consistent character trait there.
Seeing as if she doesn't come over, he's just going to, in the loudest possible voice, go, "Hello, I require service. Hello, I require service. Hello, I require service."
Is it like going really well with the bait?
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah!
Nobody gets it because it sounds like an old movie quote or something, like all techno songs have.
She before the third one even finishes, she rushes over, looks at you, Arnott, in disgust, and goes, "Do something about your droid. It's a busy
What?
night. What do you need? A drink? Shut
Oh.
your droid up."
Right, sorry. He was doing a bit of a remix. You may have caught it there. It's quite a fat beat, actually.
My name is
Are you
Mark.
ordering a drink or not?
We need to speak with Jahid. We were hoping... Jahid?
Jahid, yeah.
Yes, we were hoping you may be able to point us in his direction, her direction, their direction. He shrugs.
Its direction.
The direction of Jahid.
Right. Okay. It makes sense looking at how you're dressed now. You must
Also-
be the ones that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he's actually he's waiting for you, and before she can finish the sentence, you feel you get a sensor on the back on your back area, Mark. Something pressed up against your back. You hear a voice say, "Asterix, I found you." Greg says hi.
Negative.
Uh,
My name
need-
is Mark A251.
I need you to. What's your AC?
Mine.
Yeah.
AC versus CM. Is that what I'm looking
K-
at?
Well,
KAC?
does a? Or do you have what's your KAC?
Oh, 11.
11. All right. So you feel what is equivalent to pain for you in your on your back. You're gonna take 10 points of kinetic damage. as this individual, you see like a spark come out from behind, from Mark's backside. Uh, the individual from outside earlier, the drow that you had noticed, is now standing behind Mark and has this wicked-looking scimitar-like blade that is seen to be wreathed in like black energy that is now just pulling away from Mark and now looking at the box.
I have
Right.
been injured.
I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh fuck!
Christ
This
almighty.
guy's an idiot if he thinks it's gonna work out in a club.
I have been
Ooh.
injured.
I have been injured. Just repeating. Yeah, exactly.
Aster's like beating on the box on the inside.
We're going to have to look into starting your DJ career. Mm.
All right, let me roll for this fella.
Mark has a future in EDM.
Right. Oh. It looks like after this little bit of a unexpected encounter, Arnott, you are the first to act.
Huh?
So you
What?
you
Arnott
hear
rolled a 13.
I did get 15 altogether,
Or
but yeah,
15, yeah.
mine was the lowest of the 3 of our initiatives. Did they get
Oh,
That's
like
well, I don't-
surprised or
combat
whatever?
tracker.
I don't. Oh, your rolls didn't show up on your character. That's what it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was confused. So Aster, you have what now?
23.
23, and this is as you, not Caesar, right?
Yes,
All right, you're not on the. For some reason, you're not on the combat tracker. That's what confused me.
I see. And it's the wrong Caesar too. But
Yeah. let me
it
take
don't
it.
matter. He works on my
wrong
So
initiative.
you got a
anyway.
23, you said,
Yes.
and Mark got a.
19.
So in that case, Aster, you are the first to act.
I'm going to just like drop
Aster.
the box. Yeah. As
Oh,
when I am
gotcha.
injured, I'm not holding on to the box anymore.
Like a jack in the box, I spring out. The lid flies off, and I imagine it falls behind the bar. All right, well,
I've
you're
been
gonna have to
waiting
do a
for
lot
this.
more than stabbing my friend to get to me, pal. And I'm going to take a shot at his fucking face.
Oh God, I love
Go for it.
I will pull my blicky out, and I will take aim.
You said you're what?
My blicky.
Blicky?
My gat.
Yeah,
Run up, get
well,
done up.
you're almost naked, so when you
I am.
use-
I am in a wife beater and heart box.
Oh God!
To
Gotta
the
be
sound of the
careful
beat.
using.
Does an
Oh,
8
dear.
hit?
No.
Nope.
Did you just shoot into the crowd?
Yeah. The shot goes off immediately. The music doesn't stop immediately. But the several people around you, a commotion has been caused. As several people, what the fuck going on? The bartender immediately, you see her reach down and push a button under the counter. And at the entrance, you see it looks like the bouncer gets a signal or some kind of communications, and then she comes running in along with at the same time these two doors open on either side of the hallway, and four more looks like enforcers or bouncers come rushing out onto the dance floor as now several large swaths of people begin making their way towards the exit. You have effectively ruined the night.
Aster, what I assume happened is that he took a shot,
my
it
God.
missed, and then as a guy was taking a drink of his mojito, it like shot through the glass
Shattered,
and
yeah.
shattered it.
Ruined
No one's
that guy's
injured,
nice.
but he's just not having a good time.
Ruined everybody's night.
All right, well, that's not exactly what I wanted to happen. Ma'am, if you would be so kind as to not have them arrest us because this guy's trying to stab me and my friend with a fucking scimitar in your club. And then
It's just gesturing wildly
Right,
to
with
the
the gun,
scimitar
with the
sticking out of.
gun.
Because
and then Caesar will hold his Gulch gun up to his head. And Caesar will take a shot too.
All right, go for it.
that's messy.
It sure is.
The guns in the crowded rooms.
Yeah.
You know, I'll
rough.
hold it
Danger.
up against his chest in case there's any.
Oh, good.
Any big, you know.
Yeah, you really want
I-
that bullet to stay in there.
Right.
That's
You
right.
know, if someone's gonna get like a tooth in their drink or something, that's one thing. But
Right.
you know,
Just some intestine juice. It's fine.
right? It's fine. He'll make it.
It's fine.
All right, what
No
do you get?
biggie.
Ooh, it looks as though it has
Bated
not
breath.
added my weapon
Bated
to
breath.
the thing.
You broke it.
I
broke
did broke it. Give me one moment.
Look what you have done.
Ugh.
You could say, if you want, that he's just holding his action.
Oh, there it is. Got it.
Oof, duh.
No.
Does a
Nice.
16 hit?
16 just hits.
A little
Okay.
bit better, yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's against EAC. Yeah, EAC definitely would hit. Okay.
That is a 5.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you managed. You're using a. He's using the gold.
Was that the
It
right
is a
damage?
shotgun.
Yeah, the shotgun.
Was that? Did you roll damage for the pistol though?
Oh, I did roll damage for the pistol.
Looks like.
Yep.
Aha, I'm a fool.
Oh.
That's
okay.
7 damage.
7.
Of
Even
fire
better.
damage. He's
Even
on
better.
fire now.
Good deal. Wow.
Is it a flamethrower? Or
It
is
shoots. It shoots incendiary rounds.
Wow. You set it on fire.
Yeah. So now, while that is not.
He's not actually on
he's
fire.
not actually on fire.
Right.
But yeah. So this burst
Smoldering.
of
Just like
yeah,
thermite rounds
this
or
cone
whatever.
of fire essentially spewed out in point blank contact. He takes 7 points of damage. You singe his hair a bit. But that's all Caesar can do. Correct.
Yes.
All right. Next up, looks like it's going to be Mark.
I am injured. I am going to turn to him and use telepathy to grab the box behind the bar and throw it at him.
Okay.
Aster's standing naked on the bar right now. Also, just make sure
I'm
everyone knows.
so glad.
Oh my god, dude, that fucking instant where the naked goblin pops out of the box with a gun and starts shooting. Like,
Let's see. Okay.
Nice.
Uh,
19.
yes. That
Hey,
definitely
yo.
hits.
All right, let me see what this 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
Get him.
So you reach out with your mind, and the rest of you see the box that was once carrying Asterix come floating back up from behind the bar, and with this great impact and speed, come crashing into this guy's face, kind of knocking him back a little bit, knocking him off guard. But yeah, that's a pretty hefty hit.
You have been injured. You have been injured.
A plus.
Arnott, you're up.
Okay. I think he will, kind of take his, EJ standard issue
Cane's-
attack knife. Yeah, can't attack sword.
Cane sword.
Yeah. It's a cane sword because it was the only tactical like melee weapon I could find that I liked. Anyway, that wasn't like a knife or whatever. But
I take my trench coat off and I take out my cane sword. I put down my
Exactly.
katana umbrella.
and fedora.
My fedora.
But yeah, so he's gonna probably do some lungy stabby goodness here.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
This whole full attack thing. Is he next to me, like adjacent?
Yeah, he's
Is that-
right next to you. He's between you and Mark.
Okay. Then yeah, he is going to do a stabby stab. Oh, that's probably not going to do it. At Mark, apparently.
No.
I'm not sure why I was targeting Mark. I must have been last session.
You don't have to roll again. 11, unfortunately. At this point, he has become aware of your retaliation, and you only barely nick his vest.
Just kind of like swat at him with the blade and say, Look, he started this. Everyone okay? My droid here was run through with a sword first. Everyone here saw it.
I am injured.
Absolutely. See? Injured.
Help with being
Look at this. He's
you-
gushing blood.
hacked,
Terrible.
pressed.
You see the Drow individual with this wicked blade that is just wreathed in darkness goes to attack, and as he goes to stab towards Mark again, um, you hear a shrill whistle as the music is cut out. The room goes almost completely silent at this point. You hear the sound of screaming and yelling as people are trying to rush out the door. Um, the four female enforcers have made their way. Each of them have looks to be some sort of automatic weapon, all pointed in your direction. From a door off to the side of the bar, at least further back, uh, the door opens up, and this individual where the whistle is coming from steps out. A very young Drow male, dressed in looks to be like purple satins. He's got a couple of gold necklaces around his neck. Uh, yeah,
Tracksuit.
kind of. An eyebrow with a single like a
Little
eyebrow ring.
dash through it.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Well, no, eyebrow ring.
Oh, it's amazing.
Comes out and whistles. Goes, Horizon, that is enough. We have proven to our guests that we know who they are, and we know their pasts. You have done your job splendidly. I am Jahid. You are the ones for the contract, yes?
I have been injured.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I've been talked down to as a customer, and I feel as though this is why you have a 2.5 on Gelp.
It could be a bit better. Look, I mean, it's a lovely place. Obviously, he's kind of like hands up and like holding his sword with like two fingers.
Does the sun aspire to do the rain's work?
Right? See?
Yeah, hear him. He's so hurt that he's dysfunctional.
Right.
Blood all over. You know, it's quite expensive to get the blood that's been cured properly. And all that, you know.
We shall. Horizon tends to be a little bit. He likes to go above and beyond.
Well,
When
he's about to
he's-
go 6 feet under if he keeps motioning with that
Do
sword.
not worry. He is back on my leash. This was just a warm welcome to invite you to our dealings. If you
Negative.
would like. I think there's something wrong with your droid.
You have no idea.
I kid. I already know that your droid is coming to sentience. Very interesting, I do say.
Negative.
I knew
I'm
it.
sure Lord Sinjin would want to speak more to you about that when you do finally meet him.
Well, he
But we
can't
have much to
have him.
discuss, and the VIP lounge is much more accommodating to such things. If you would join me, please. This is really
I'm-
not a request.
I'm not walking anywhere until you tell me how this fuck knew about my old captain and me.
Right, we will discuss it in the VIP lounge.
Do you have any clothes?
That was an odd choice, I must say, to come fully naked.
Well,
Well, otherwise he would have stained his, normal
Yeah.
everyday
I
wear.
didn't want to stain anything. You know how hard it is to get gross yarrow berry juice out of your coveralls.
Imagine he's like stained purple.
Yeah,
basically,
yeah,
but,
He's he's white with purple blotches on him.
I can assure you that as long as you are within the confines of the of Club Lamashtu, then you will come to no harm unless I call for it. You are fully under the protection of the Golden League.
I have been injured.
So no further harm then, obviously.
No further harm.
Well,
I continue
gentlemen,
leaking blood.
he is. That's
All right.
mending.
You yeah. If you get us in there, I can help out fixing up your little blood hole.
Oh, that takes 10 damn minutes.
I think I could do some work on it.
I may be able to assist a bit as well.
I am only losing 1/2 ounce per 15 minutes.
Is there an ashtray on the bar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, can I have this to fix my friend?
I'm not
Uh,
certain that that's a.
He kind of waves his hand. It is a trifle.
Very well.
Speaking of which, Caden, and he looks over to the half orc. Please make sure you pay Horizon for his excellent work. The rest of you, as I said, time is short. We have much to discuss. Please come with me.
Hey, return those bullets to me when you've done digging them out of your chest. And he'll hop off the bar.
Just kind of
follow.
give a little salute, and sheath his sword, and follow after.
All right. Making your way into the VIP lounge, you can see now that there's this black leather couch that is
Oh, no.
with there's a few a table like a coffee table nearby with a few
I've seen it. Yeah, we all know what it looks like.
Yep.
with a few
White
metal
plain
chairs.
walls, yeah.
Go ahead, all of you, maybe a computers check real quick.
Okay.
Oh man.
Actually, no, this would be perception. I'm sorry, perception.
All right.
20.
20.
18. Sorry.
You fucked it.
Well, the lot of you, all three of you, notice as you're walking in, or at least you get an indicator from your data pads and communication devices that signal has been lost upon entering into the room. There seems to be some kind of signal jammer of some kind.
Does Caesar keep acting in his same automated way?
Ooh, interesting. You through remote connection to Caesar? That's what you're doing right now?
Well, he's an AI. He's just not incredibly advanced, so he still works, but I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
remote control him.
you actually you sense your connection to Caesar is not accessible right now.
He's probably like smacking his arm, trying to get it to work. I think it's on the fritz again.
It's for my protection, you understand. I am a busy man and I have many enemies.
Oh yeah, I assume you come into work every day and get stabbed by your business partner or whatever.
Right, that was just to establish that we know everything about all of you.
What if that would have stabbed Arnott or I? Like, it sucks that you got stabbed, Mark. I'm not trying to make light of that.
I have been injured.
Yeah, exactly. But I could repair him as he's like bubblegum and like duct taping this ashtray against the wound that he received on the back, like with little rivets in it. One of us.
It is all right if one of you had been injured, or at least the flesh bits of you had been injured. I know healing now.
Well, that's good to know. Weird, but good.
I'm pretty sure I could be of some assistance in, sort of, fixing your frame and chassis and whatnot in there as well. He's going to set about casting Mending, which will give him a 1d4 hit points to an object or construct, as long as Mark qualifies as that. I'm not sure, I guess.
Yeah, you can do that. As you're doing that, you see Jahid's attention and focus is fully on Mark II right now. This is a fascinating specimen. I guess we should address that first. Lord Sinjin is very interested in your recent developments with the Mark A2 model here, and is willing to purchase him off of your hands for quite a sum of money.
How
I'm sure
much?
you-
I mean, no. How much?
Well, look, he is actually licensed and owned property of the EJ Corp, unfortunately, so I'm not even certain that we're in a place to negotiate about that issue.
He smiles at you. He goes,
Kind of crosses
"Yes,
his eyes.
we fully know that it is property of the Avjanai Jameson Corporation, and we are willing to pay them for the model as well. I was giving you the opportunity to seize today and take the money for yourself and leave out the middleman."
Right, like that would be horrible. But just curious, like just curious for myself.
500,000 credits.
That's a lot of credits. No, though. He's a very important part of our 500,000 credits. You sure?
Sorry, just a moment. And Arnott's going to try, like, reflexively try and search for the going price of a, like, equivalent market loader bot. And then, realize that the internet's out or whatever. Be like, no, absolutely not. That'd be, oh, God.
As Epicurus said, you are but a soul propping up a corpse.
Right. Here's the thing. I'm afraid that I personally don't feel comfortable making this deal here. It seems like it's a bit out of my purview to barter with, company equipment.
I
He's
mean,
kind of like
he's kind of
pulling out his collar.
gone beyond company equipment. Now he's like an employee because he feels things and knows things. So I'm not really big into slave trade personally.
Well, I mean, it's about how he's filed under, his employee paperwork. Well, I guess equipment paperwork. As far as I'm concerned, obviously. He just kind of shrugs.
10 million credits.
That's quite a steep price, you ask. I will delay this information to Lord Sinjin and see if the contract can be renegotiated on your behalf.
Nah, I'm fucking with
Jahid.
you. He's ours.
Jahid, I
Yes.
employ you to reconsider this course of action as one thinking conscious being to another.
I'm just the delivery man. I will pass on your sentiments to Lord Sinjin, though I do believe he will be disappointed with your response.
Negative. You are much more than just a delivery man. You have your own thoughts, feelings, wants, and opinions that are separate from your Lord Sinjin. Do you not?
Ooh, Arnott's got to get a furrowed brow from this whole, line here.
Very interesting. You have advanced quite a bit. You will be pleased to know that.
Can you
We'll get to that in a minute. We do have the other matter to discuss.
quick, real fast, like side, very small question.
Yes.
How the fuck do you know all this about us?
Lord Sinjin is a capable man, and he is a shrewd businessman and has gotten far in his life by doing his research.
I'll make sure to touch up the security measures on the ship from here on out. Thanks for letting me know.
You probably should. Very easy to break into.
I learned.
Probably something to do with all that goblin porn. He crosses his arms and hops.
I'm not. Safe search.
Jahid, will you not simply provide us with the 50 tons of military equipment?
See, this I appreciate. A man who understands. I'm sorry, not a man.
See?
A construct that understands the necessity and urgency of time. So, yes, you're here for the 50 tons of weaponry.
Correct.
Easily said, easily done. He snaps his fingers, and out of the curtain nearby, these several half-orc individuals come out. You four, go down to the warehouse and prepare the shipment while we settle things here. There's some paperwork that needs to be signed, and any questions that you might have, of course.
Not it.
Arnott's just sighing.
I would like to request that you keep my identity and my consciousness from the company.
And me, please. Well, no, don't keep him from me. Keep me out of it too.
We
That
are
also.
very discreet with our business partners, which we consider you to be now.
You just said that you were going to pay the company 500,000 credits to purchase me.
That is correct.
I request...
We're not going to...
Did he cut out for you guys?
I request that you do not file this transaction with the knowledge that I am a conscious being.
Well, I will say that Lord Sinjin is very interested in you and will desire to make that purchase, but we will not make any notes about potential sentience? We don't want to upgrade the price, do we? We'd rather get you at the low costs of a regular Mark droid.
Yes, I see the wisdom in this. May I request one more thing?
Go ahead.
May I have 20% of the purchased price?
He's really learning. I think he's taken from me. Very shrewd.
You know what?
Does seem only fair.
There seems to be a role for this, I think. Make a diplomacy check.
There you go. Oof.
Oof, that's a 2.
I will relay this information, your request, to Lord Sinjin. I cannot answer it myself, unfortunately.
You should attempt to live a life outside of Lord Sinjin's shadow, or you will die in a field without anyone to remember your name.
Maybe let's not shit talk the guy who had us stabbed as a greeting. You know, like I'm just thinking maybe like longevity.
Obviously, that was not a threat. I think it
Was
a
that
suggestion.
Yeah, but,
that
you know, it's
you
a
will
little
die with regrets. Not that we would be in any way connected to the circumstances of that. Unfortunately,
Yes, sir. We would never try to kill you. Ish.
Death came to Alexander the Great and his stable boy.
Who?
Right, both of them.
Anyway,
You know.
I assure you it is in your best interest, as well as my own, that we end this meeting on amicable terms.
Wonderful.
You are in a Golden Legion house, after all. Would not want to have all that on your back, now would you?
probably not.
I am not going to leave a very good review on Gelp.
You know,
Probably
we really
not.
don't even care about that. Most of our clientele are from the house already.
You know, word of mouth isn't really enough anymore in the modern economy. You really need to get out there and establish that solid social media presence.
Review posted. I gave you 2 stars.
Oh my heavens, man.
Wait, you brought down the average to 2.3. Oh my god.
Wow, there
you
were
tank
only
it.
7
Make perception
reviews.
checks.
Perception.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm
11.
rolling hot on those perception checks tonight. 26.
Hang on, I'll get there.
Aster's trying to cover his
Hey.
chest and
Mark
crotch
and
area.
Arna at the as Aster exclaims the drop in rating. He's very coy about it, and it's hard to discern. But you see, like his eyebrow twitch just a little bit.
Lion.
Aster,
Yeah.
since this gentleman has said that he does not care about their Gelp rating, do you think you could set up some kind of automated system to
I
post
would
negative reviews?
Never do that. I would never do. I don't. have
We
the
should
capability to do
go.
that.
We've got a very busy delivery
think-
schedule ahead of us. Why don't you have a lovely day and just kind of trying to like
What?
loop them up and push 'em?
You cannot leave until you sign the paperwork.
Oh, right, the paperwork, yeah. He'd say, oh, of course, yes, sorry. You guys go out to the bar, perhaps, yes? While I finish
I
up
don't
with
have
these?
clothes on.
That's
still.
fine.
All right.
Half of those people out there are basically naked anyway.
I am only wearing the approved Spacer's outfit.
He's gonna walk up behind Mark and just start like pushing one of his legs forward, like, "Come on, Mark, let's let me tell you about alcohol."
Alcohol is a fermented. He's just
Yo,
gonna
yeah.
give the definition of alcohol as they leave.
I know, it's giving exuberant paper, filling in boxes like a pig and shit, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Having a good
Caesar's
day.
protocols are all fucked up because of the room, so he's nodding and thumbs upping constantly.
Like a bobblehead.
Broken
Right.
robot.
Well, so you sign the paperwork.
Absolutely. I mean, he'd look over it, give it, make sure it looks like to be a
Alright.
pretty standard contract.
Yep.
He won't give it too close of an investigation.
Basically, just reiterates again that this is cargo 50 tons to be taken to Voxel to Labor Camp 1120 to an individual known as Commander Vash. It shows the payment to Evgenia and then the payment that you will receive for doing the delivery. It seems to be all squared away. So you sign that and everything. Well, if there's no
Excellent.
further questions, then our business is concluded.
Are you unhappy with how much you weigh?
That's an odd question to ask somebody. Also, who you asking, me?
Oh yeah, fuck, I'm not there anymore. Yes, yes, I'm asking Arna or asking Aster if he's unhappy with how much he weighs while we're in the bar.
I don't think so. Like I've been doing some pull-ups on the ship ever since I got out of the smuggler's hold. I feel like I'm starting to get abs. And he pulls his shirt up, and there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing.
That is good.
What are you say? Are you saying I look fat? Is that what you're saying?
When I did the search on your the standard deviation of your physical features as a space goblin, I found that you are in the 56th percentile for body mass.
Is that high or low? Is that good or bad?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take it as an offensive statement and fuck you.
That is ill-advised.
Arnott walks up,
don't-
I think, after filling out the paperwork and just watching this from afar.
So you all make your exit out of the lodge. It's like when you get towards the door to let out, the individual that caused so much damage to Mark steps and blocks you away for a moment. Looks down at you, Aster. Goes, while you're under the employ of Lord Sinjin, I can't do anything to you, so you're safe for now. But I do have a bounty on you, and I'm going to fulfill it.
See, there's an issue with that because he's gonna take
Arnott
his
just
drink
looks over.
and he's going to splash it in his face.
He doesn't retaliate. He just smiles at you.
There
And
you
then
go.
walks away-
Now
and
you're a
then
little
walks-
sweeter than usual.
and then walks away.
Have a nice day.
I look forward
Can't
to our
wait.
next encounter.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. That guy's crazy.
He has 4 pints of blood in his body.
Me?
That's-
Him?
He
Him.
does, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you for that absolutely pertinent.
How long until
information.
he dies? I'd love to know.
Without food. If
Right.
he were to stop eating at this exact moment as we walk back to the ship.
Roughly 2.3 weeks.
Excellent.
And it's doable. We could work on
It
this.
just makes me feel good to know that about it. You know, this isn't quite as awful an ability as I thought initially.
Mark, can you do me a favor? Can you
Yes.
search that online database and see if you could find my bounty again?
Searching. What do you want me to roll for that?
Go into Dual Computers.
Okay.
Hmm.
You search, but you're not getting any hits on Asterix. Not on the standard channels that you would search for it.
Google.
Asterisk. I cannot find any bounties specifically mentioning you by name.
Maybe it's are you misspelling my name? It's like Asterix, not asterisk. You know, it's kind of like a different thing. It's like a call sign kind of deal.
Asterrix.
Ah, fuck. I don't. I know I have a bounty on me, but I don't know how much it is, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, I mean, it did. We saw our pictures. All three of us were on that individual's, horizon, I believe it was, on his
Shitty name.
device. So it's not terrible. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, but that kind of cool Drow guy is now going to find me and kill me once we're done with the company. And
Well, I mean,
that
not
means if we get-
just you, right?
Well, maybe.
Aster, that
Yeah.
man injured me.
Right? I was there.
As long as he still exists, I will keep him from furthering injuring myself or you.
Thank you, Mark. That actually means a lot. Surprisingly.
You are welcome.
See, we're wonderful now. Everything great, grand. It'll be just fine. We'll pop out, do this job, pop back, no problem.
As you say that, the little fix we did on his back like pops a little bit,
Yeah.
a little blood.
Just a little splurge.
Ashtray bouncing down the street.
I have been injured.
We'll have to replace those
Yeah,
tubes.
we're gonna have to work on that. I got some back at the ship. But for now, we gotta bring the dolly up to the warehouse or whatever.
On what? Where?
Not you.
Actually, no.
yes.
So
Sorry.
you would have gotten information before you left. I should have mentioned it. Before you finish after you sign the contract, he tells you, "Don't worry. You just return to your ship. My workers will gladly deliver and board the necessary materials. You don't have to stress yourselves."
I am a loading droid.
Say again?
I am a loading droid.
That made sense, though.
That was like right on point. Went all robot-y. That's good. Arnott says, right. Can we just give them like a valet key, or how does that work?
Oh.
Just into the trunk. No, he's not that worried about it, honestly.
We are already well aware of your loading bay.
Oh, excellent. Well, I did, I suppose, put the docking bay and all that in like 3 different forms, and thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
On our way, I suppose.
So you make your way back to the ship. Anything you want to do on the way back?
I would like to look for a shop that might sell those, like, the backpacks you could buy today that like you could put your cat in, that has like one of those little lookout ports.
The windows.
Can I get something like that, but something like sturdy?
Like a hard shell.
Right.
Hot rocket backpack. With a with a viewport.
Oh my
Right.
God. Just a little goblin face.
It's like gremlins.
Right.
Roll me a d20. Because this is a very specific item.
Is there like a
How's an 8?
Oh, we're rolling like
Highfalutin.
crap.
It is not great.
I mean, you
Highfalutin
can
pet
find a
shop.
place that sells like backpacks.
Sturdy backpacks is fine.
Yeah, you can find standard backpacks.
Okay.
We can modify it,
I will modify it, yes.
You find the Night Arc Mall.
Right
you
back to
find
the
a-
mall.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You find a place that
Right next
seems
to
be-
Gap 2.
like there's not
A new navy.
surprisingly.
Oh my God.
Surprisingly, not a lot of doesn't appear to be a lot of demand for outdoors equipment on a planet with no atmosphere and no life. But surprisingly enough, there is, and you learn through your exploration trying to find a backpack. We'll say this takes a couple hours. That this planet and the people the people who live here are obsessed and is part of their daily life of exploring the inners of the planet, like cave systems
Caves
and
and
diving
shit.
deeper and everything.
Ooh.
So you are able to find a shop that it kind of caters in that direction with like backpacks and like like pickaxes and stuff like that. But you do find something that with some modifications could suit your needs.
Do you have anything made of Kevlar? Bulletproof. Bullet resistant.
No, I'm afraid we do not. Not here.
All right. Do you got anything hefty then? Like, that keeps its shape? Nothing soft, like,
There's styrofoam coolers. Is that what you're looking for?
How big?
We have the 5 and the 10 and the 15 gallons.
Can you show it to me?
I love the idea of he's gonna get into it.
Just climbing.
Yeah, he climbs in to test it.
No, I can't. No, this is not gonna work.
Right, I gotta
like
Goldilocks
laying
this
down.
shit.
Like,
I don't
You were
like how
taking-
this one feels like it's not comfortable.
You were taken to the space styrofoam cooler section.
Styrofoam.
And there's various models, various sizes. Which one do you think he'd fit into?
So he's like 3.5 feet. So anything like 5 feet would be perfect.
you know, one of those
Not
big,
5 feet,
like,
4 feet. probably.
standard beach coolers, you know.
Yeah,
but, like-
About that size, then, yeah.
Just enough to where he could sit in it and he'd have a little leg room.
Yep, easily done.
All right. Now, can you throw in some straps for free?
The straps cost more than the cooler.
Well, I need this to be like wearable.
What are you doing again?
What are you doing?
I'm buying a cooler. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to offer you business, and if I'll look elsewhere if you want me to. If you're trying to drive me out, I don't know if you're trying to. Mark, can you pull up the Yelp on this place?
Arnold says, you know, we go to beaches and we try to make sure that, you know, that it's easy to carry all of our supplies. And sometimes it takes more than one cooler. if you
Right, I like
buckle
to-
up.
I like
You're
to-
tourist now.
Yeah.
Sure, right,
Certainly.
yes.
The straps are in this direction.
We're due for a vacation. Weren't able to take our days last year.
Yeah, you know, we had to do a lot of overtime, but this year we're taking like a month off to go like cross universe. Backpacking across the universe.
Right. Anything else?
No, that should do it.
I am a loading droid.
He is.
Can you
That's
carry
true.
this for me, Mark?
Yes, I can.
And he sits in it like a king.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you now have a cooler and straps.
How much?
20 credits total. Thank you.
Now,
Really, $19.99, but we round up here.
That's all. That's fine. Yeah, I'll take it.
Wanted that 0.01 credits. It's gonna put it in the machine and squish it and get the cool design back.
Yeah, we've been getting those every stop.
Right, all the big space
Yeah,
stations.
anything else?
That's
Arnott's probably buying out like a bunch of junk, like tech, various like little bits of. You'd like go to a Radio Shack equivalent, and because you know they totally would exist. They don't
Radio
exist
Shack,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's just random electrical junk, or
Yeah, like just basically junk equipment. I was thinking if there's like old tech, like if there's like 8-track players and old toasters and shit like that, that's what he'd look for. But basically just random junk stuff. He's got
So
a couple different things
you're
that
looking for-
require junk.
you're looking for pre-gap technology.
Sure, yeah. That's yeah. Just out of like a curiosity thing.
right
more or
next
less.
to the gap 2, there's pre-gap.
Right. The pre-gap.
The pre-gap.
This mall has
Not gonna
it all.
lie, kind of an interesting concept. But unfortunately, this is a bit. If you're looking for like rare technology or like just obsolete.
Mundane
like
stuff.
Okay.
8-track players and shit. That's mostly, you know.
Okay, so you're looking for
Ridiculous nonsense. Yeah.
obsolete, pre-gap technology. Go ahead and give me a perception check, just for like
Sure.
general looking around.
Would
This isn't-
you allow an engineering check by any chance?
Well,
No
go ahead and roll
problem
it.
if not.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
I'm just way better at that. Oh shit, and I rolled hot too. Ooh.
This you look around, you do a search of like places in the area that deals in technology. The ones that you have a couple that meets a couple of your criteria that you're searching for. You get one match for your very specific search, and it looks to be like a home-owned business. Uh, There's like a number to dial. Doesn't seem like this is a large conglomeration or anything.
Really hope it's just like a dirty video store or something. Get in there, there's a bunch of porn on VHS.
It gives the Gap title a lot more.
Yeah,
meaning.
if you get the
Oh.
directions to it too, so you're
Sure.
able to get there, and it
They go
is
below.
it is
Oh, sorry.
exactly what you expect. It is like down a similar kind of dark alleyway that you did for Lamashu's lair. You get to where there's like 3 or 4 like there's no signs. It's just doors, and you get to one uh, that has the address of the advertisement. Set of like black stairs that go up to a sheen silver gray door. Little button on the front.
Yeah, he'll go on in there. I suppose push the button, whatever it is.
I am going to proselytize outside.
Okay,
Stand
we'll get to that
on
in a second.
Standing street level.
He stands on the fucking cooler.
So you press the button.
That may be airtight, by the way. He's just like shouting down from the top of the stairs. You want to let him out, make sure there's holes so we can breathe and all that.
You're
So-
banging.
Sorry.
So you push the button, and a few moments pass, and then there's from above. You look up, and you see there's a very small intercom. A voice comes out. What do you want?
I've heard you have, pre-gap tech and stuff. It's a bit of a hobby of mine. I was wondering if you might be able to, part with anything inconsequential, nothing serious. Partial to these strange large cassette-like devices. You can probably hold up a VHS or some shit, Betamax tape. I don't know. Whatever. Old pre-gap Yes. Oh my God, yeah.
The yellow.
That would be great if it could be a Walkman. I'd love that.
An alarm comes off on your data pad, and there's a display that comes up. The voice comes on the intercom again. Scan your thumb here.
Right. Yeah, I'm not like consenting to any sort of like. You're not gonna steal my identity, are you? As he's like putting his thumb on the device, I imagine.
Nope. But I gotta run a background check.
Oh,
It is
sure.
not
Who you are.
enough to watch the days we've already lived pile up on one side and those that remain.
Another
melt
few moments
away
pass.
on the other. We must also
The metal
consider
door
living a little
opens up.
longer.
All right, hurry up. Come in.
He ducks in.
The door shuts behind you. All right, what you need? You see now coming down from around the corner. This actually kind of portly drow man with he's got like where most of the drow you've seen has had like straight like shoulder length hair. This guy's hair is curly, and like kind of like a little like a mini fro going on. And you see just like he's like he hadn't shaved in a couple of days. Comes out. All right, what can I get for you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you? What do you need?
I have this device, and I was wondering if you had anything that went in it. And I imagine he has some old kind of like audio playing device, Walkman adjacent.
Right, I got you. Understand, you're collected like me. Got you. Follow me. And you follow him into another room. And this room is just a complete mess. There are tables and piles of like old electrical junk. Some stuff you recognize, a lot of stuff you don't. This is just, it looks like he is a hoarder of sorts. And it's just, you see that he's got there's like one spot, one desk that's like completely cleared off for the most part, with a single light and like a large magnifying glass, where it looked like he was looking at, it's like some kind of CPU of some kind, trying to identify it or investigate it.
He'll just start picking through for any of the cassettes you can find, and try and.
Look, if you're buying that pile, off limits. This pile, I don't know what it does, or I'm done with it. You can pull from it. I charge by the pound.
Excellent. That sounds quite reasonable. And he's gonna go through and just pick up like several pounds of junk that looks interesting. with a leaning toward any cassettes that might go into his Walkman.
All right. Yeah. So you mean you can fill a box up?
Sure.
All right. About how much are you trying to get? You can fill the
About
box completely up.
I was gonna say like he'll spend up to like 100 credits, I
Okay,
suppose.
easily
Whatever.
enough. So you go through and just a large pile of unknown tech, throw it in a box. You do see some stuff that could be potentially like for like a Walkman situation, like cassette tapes and whatnot. You have to investigate it further to find out.
Sure.
But yeah, you can definitely get a box. You
All
can transfer
right.
the credits and
Yeah.
look. All right, look, you didn't get this from me. All right. Anyone asks, it's yours. You and I don't know each other.
Well, of course, they're all relics which have been. Yes. No, I understand how.
And
the
if you find
legal
anything crazy, right, don't come telling me you got it from me either.
Of course. Thank you, sir. Wonderful business you have here. I better go back to my friends before he starts a cult. And he'll give him a thumbs up and walk out with his box of junk.
What is the
Alright.
point of all this? Simply this.
He'll go down
You
and check to
sail,
see if he
you
has a
landed.
following
Now, distant
accrued.
You
If
you
it
walk
is to start
down
a new life,
and you
will
see
find
Aster
God
banging
there
his head
too.
against the brick wall.
If it is all consciousness, you will be liberated.
I
Seems like
guess.
it's-
Go ahead
Pain.
and while you're
From
proselytizing there, go ahead and give me a
bondage to
diplomacy
earthly
check,
shell.
Mark.
Okay.
Solid.
He's made it through 6 chapters. It's incredible.
Yeah, not bad. 14.
14. So while there is foot traffic and the like, from where you're currently at, you notice that there's not a whole lot of um like automated like droids and whatnot in this society. At least not that you can see in public. But there are a few that are like transport droids that like Mark originally was, or and still is, that are assisting people with carrying of heavy equipment and whatnot, and a few seem to while their masters or owners have stopped to like take care of stuff, have turned to like and just look in the direction of Mark. No, not really responding, but it is just paying attention to him, or at least in looking at his direction.
Caesar's
pre-
sitting in front of him.
I appreciate your patience, gentlemen. I imagine we ought to make our way back to the ship here. I have a lovely box of junk here.
I was about to blow my brains out. I'm so happy you came out. He wouldn't stop. I kept asking him, like, I had to climb out of the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Mark, we've talked about unions.
there's a
very clear
large
policy.
difference between union and cult. Maybe not.
Not as
be
far as
honest,
the
yeah.
Edgenai Jameson Corporation is concerned. He says
was
and
only
probably spins on his heel.
I was only sharing information.
Of course. No, that's yeah.
So much information.
Not sure that will hold up before the corporate tribunal, but that's your call, of course. Shrug and like keep walking.
he's gonna follow.
Back to the ship.
Aster's gonna stand on the cooler and have Caesar carry it with him standing.
Your return back to your ship is largely uneventful. As you arrive, it appears that your cargo bay is in the process of already being loaded. The half orcs have made it here long before you, and they're about halfway done at this point. Um, it takes about another hour or so to finish up with everything loaded and accounted for with your 50 tons of weapons and materials. You climb back aboard the BD 514 and set a course for Voxel, which, as you are quick to discover as you plot your next destination, is not that far. You don't even have to roll for the drift jump on this. It's a relatively short distance. Um, you launch into the drift, and with only a few hours of travel, you arrive at your destination and pop out of the drift. What you see before you is a very small icy planet, but that is not the first thing that catches your attention. completely surrounding this planet, as far as your eye can see in the viewport of the BD 514, are hundreds and hundreds of starships, a fleet. Many you don't recognize. But Aster, you see some ships that you recognize.
Oh,
Ships,
fuck me sideways.
ships that you were once part of the crew of.
That is ill-advised.
Not what I meant, Mark.
And you realize that you might be running into some old friends on this part of your journey.
Dun,
And I
dun,
think that's what
dun.
we're going to call the episode.
All right.
I have one request.
Yeah.
In transit, can I find that Drow bounty hunter's personal email?
Go ahead and make me a computer's check real quick.
Okay. 16.
Not
16.
bad, not bad.
Very hard to find.
Can I find a public one? Maybe like a burner email.
You know, his Yahoo account.
Right. His old Hotmail.
It seems like this guy keeps undergrounds pretty good.
Fuck. I'm gonna keep searching for it this weekend.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
it.
So we'll end this session with you guys arriving at Vorha or Voxel. I'm sorry.
All right.
And yeah, we'll see where we go from there.
See you guys in 2
Wunderbar.
weeks, everybody.
I hope everybody had fun. I hope everybody who watched and stayed with us enjoyed it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a
Plenty
good
more
night.
to come.
Yeah.